Good morning, my lovelies. Okay, I wanted to talk to you guys the difference that I have seen since I've been on Tirz versus Sema. I absolutely loved my Sema. I have honestly thought about going back to it, but not right now. I can, number one, drink my coffee with no problems. Now, I will say that I have had some slight side effects, especially on the days that I have dosed up, which has been really rare because I've tried to just stay really low as I can. I've never been on a microdose. I don't know, somebody wanted to know what microdose I was like, I have never been on a microdose. A microdose is just because they're really sensitive to the medication. A lot of people do microdosing for other reasons other than weight loss. Like, they don't need to lose weight, but they want the inflammation, the heart health, and all the things that it gives you outside of weight loss. I will say the biggest difference, what's going on here? I didn't do that on purpose. I probably went to the bathroom and pulled my pants out. The biggest difference on my Sema is I had to still be really careful on injection day of what I ate, what I didn't eat. And I'm not talking about overeating. I mean, I definitely couldn't overeat. I could not have my coffee because it was so acidic and it would still make me nauseous. Even 2 years after I had started it, Tirz to me just feels like a normal day. Tirz to me feels like exactly how my body should be operating, where I did have more side effects that I had to rein in, and I figured out how to do that. But for me, Sema helped more with my bingoing. You guys remember code words? We used to call it bingoing because sometimes we get in trouble on here and sometimes we don't know the rules anymore. You feel like that Sema really helped me with that just a little bit better because I'm so far in my journey now and I've learned so much about myself. I do feel a little bit more in control. I still need the medication, okay? So calm down. But I do feel like that I am in more control and more aware of what I was doing, why I was binging. And so I've been able to switch over to Tirz because of that. But if I ever feel myself slacking, I'm gonna go right back over to the OG. I just am. When it comes to this medication, you have to just find what works best for you. Just stop listening to all the noise of every single person out there. For example, you may watch this video and be like, oh, she said that worked better, so I'm gonna switch. When you don't need to switch, when what's working for you is working for you really well. So don't be so impressionable because it is so different for every single person and your body's receptors. I don't think people realize that. It literally comes down to your body's receptors and how they receive the medication, and that's gonna determine which one you like better according to like how your body does with it. So how your brain is wired. It affects the dopamine receptors. It affects those receptors in your brain that say, hey, I'm addicted to XYZ, and that looks different for every single person. It honestly comes down to trial and error because if I would have listened to everyone, I would have went with Tirz first, and I don't think I would have seen the success that I wanted, and I think I would have probably been frustrated, and I would have eventually switched over to Sema. So instead, I did Sema first simply because it was cheaper, and so that's just what I could afford at the time, which is crazy that even back then it was still $400 for Sema, right? That's my thoughts on the difference between the two. I love you, bye.